You have entered the Chronic's rabbit hole. And Ellendale, thank you so much for your YouTube membership request. And everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel. My name is Kyle.
And I'm Alanna.
And we have a YouTube membership request from Ellendale himself. He is bringing Teya Dora back down the rabbit hole for us. And the song today is JUZNI. And this is from the official soundtrack of JUZNI VETAR na GRANICI. And please help me on that pronunciation.
Thank you so much, Ellendale, for bringing Teya Dora down the rabbit hole. I can't wait to get into this official soundtrack for JUZNI.
Ellendale, hope you are doing well. I know you're doing amazing because you just went and saw Lord of the Lost live. That's incredible for you. But now we're getting to business, and let's find out this write-up that you have for this reaction today. Okay. Dear Kyle and Alanna, you've already reacted to Teya Dora's Purple Dream, Ramonda, which is not only Serbia's entry for Eurovision 2024, taking place from May 7th until May 11th, but also a sensual and fragile ballad I fell in love with eternally. We remember Ramonda.
Yeah, that was amazing.
I'll repeat it in full of pride. Teya Dora in Serbia of one of my two favorites at the competition this year. But beyond that, she also became an artist I'm frequently listening to apart from Eurovision because the stunning lady is so much more than just a contestant. A real and boundary-breaking artist. She became one of the two most beloved voices in the world ever since I got to know her thanks to Serbia's national final. While Ramonda and its melancholically hopeful lyrics are in the spotlight right now, JUZNI, released 1 year ago, is not only her biggest hit, but also became a worldwide phenomenon, even in Asia, especially in India, but also all over Europe and in South America, worldwide. The most successful song that ever came from a Balkan country. Oh my God, it has over 117 million Spotify streams until now and 81 million views on YouTube. I think that speaks for itself. And we can add even more if we consider other versions of the track. JUZNI went viral on TikTok. There are millions of videos and memes related to it. And yet still, it is the saddest song I've ever heard. And we read the lyrics.
Yeah, it's
one of the saddest things we've ever heard. And this is why I think that even goths like me can fall in love with it despite all the mass appeal. Well said. We all know the sorrow of a bleeding soul. Depression is an issue that has to be talked about, and the way Teya Dora's somber voice embraces the pain is simply out of this world. We're dealing with a world hit with pulled millions of people out of misery and gave them hope. And I am beyond happy to request the voice of an angel again and to tell people to vote for her on May 7th and the 11th as she needs all the support.
Absolutely. We read the lyrics to this, and it is an absolutely heartbreaking lyrical piece that has been put together. And I know a lot of us around the world globally can relate to the pain that is suffering in this song. I can't wait to see how this beautiful woman puts these very sad lyrics into a masterpiece, because I know after seeing Ramonda that this is going to be a literal masterpiece on the screen for us today.
So definitely go and support Teya Dora on her channel. And as well, if you like what you hear, May 7th and 11th, you can vote for her. So let's find out why we need to vote for her. Boom.
Powered by Mozart.
With two Zs. Yes, I said Z. It's 3 p.m. All the white.
It's marble.
Isti san Pred mnom svetac drži crni lan U more sure boje zove me taj glas Nemam ja sreće, nemam spas
Teya's voice.
neće džanum, niko neće moju bol, da ga suze ganu, tomu predam se.
I need to ask, because you noticed that was marble, and I thought that was brilliant. And they started in this marble scene with kind of like modern day, it kind of felt like, but then it kind of transferred right into a war scene and like the pain you would feel after a war. And like, maybe that's the association they're trying to say. A lot of people are feeling like they're in that battle. So it's always that battle that they're feeling like after all this pain from this war, even though it's just your life. I don't know what you're thinking.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that because like I can't believe we're already like halfway through the song. This is such an amazing lead up. But I love that it started with the marble because when things are carved into stone, it's like it's there forever.
Yeah.
And so being carved out of marble, it's that cold stone that, you know, even there, it doesn't produce a lot of heat and stuff. It's always cold.
Okay.
So it brings you into that very cold, almost
Very
like a
depressive
snowy,
state.
very depressive state.
Yeah.
But it's still beautiful.
Yeah.
Still
true.
has the most beautiful marble, is the most expensive thing, even when doing like home decor or anything like that.
Wow. Okay.
So that's something that I picked up just from the marble there. But then to go into the battle and this being a song, especially about like, nobody wants my soul, nobody wants my pain, nobody wants to continue with me, and I'm just having these nightmares constantly.
Totally.
And not able to move forward. So I love that you brought up the battle because it is an internal battle with yourself, especially with what Ellendale said about like depression. We constantly fight depression as an internal battle, and it becomes like you are the sole survivor of it and having almost like that survivor's guilt kind of a thing.
Yeah.
But yet the only person who took place in the battle was yourself. So it's petrifying. And then also having all those masked figures around her.
Yeah.
And it's like there's all these people staring, but no one wants her soul. No one wants her pain. No one wants to help her grieve. No one wants to be the one to help her walk through this. She still has to continue doing it on her own without any support. But yet, as she's walking, she's leaving a trail of daisies behind her because she still has to be the light for someone else.
That's what I was about to say, because we all feel so alone in our depression. But if you bring something in this white marble like the outside world and put it in there, maybe that will bring everyone together just from looking at a flower and the beauty of it. Because it's sometimes the small things that you want to appreciate again to get yourself out of the depression. This is powerful.
Very
Niko
powerful.
neće moju bol, da ga suze ganu, tomu predam se. Niko neće džanum, niko neće moju bol, na mom jastuku bez mira sanjam sle. Ni do zadnjeg leta, ni do kraja sveta, sudbina je moja bleda. Ova duša nema dom, ova duša nema ton, crne zore, sve će gore, moje more. Moje more, 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 moje more. Ni do zadnjeg leta, ni do kraja sveta, sudbina je moja bleda. Moje more, moje more, moje more. Niko neće džanum, ni za živu glavu, da mi leči ranu. Niko neće džanum.
Oh, wow. And then she
turns into the
turns
daisies.
into the daisies too. Wow.
That's gorgeous.
And do you think the guy in red, is that blood mixed with it? Or what do you think made that different for why he had to be red? It's a hard interpretation because I don't even know what the red on her like gut was too.
Well, the red on her gut, I think, was because at the very beginning of the song started with a bullet shot.
Okay, yeah,
So
you're
it was
right. Yeah, okay.
And it was like
okay.
that pain that she's feeling because she
Instantly.
was shot. It was that instant she was the
Okay,
one
thank
who
you.
was shot.
Thanks. Yeah.
And so then she's walking through with this pain that is like a wound that'll never heal.
Right.
Right, as she's
Just
going
festering.
through, it's just festering while
Yeah.
she's walking through this pristine reality with this white marble, this beauty.
Beautiful.
But then
yeah.
it's still a beautiful white marble scene of war, of like modern war,
Yeah,
of
for sure.
of a gun violence or
Yeah.
something that's happening in the streets, and then going between, and it's going through her nightmares. The person in red, I'm not necessarily sure who that was or what that represents.
Mhm.
Maybe it is someone else who's going through a similar pain, and then she heals over, because, you know, a festering wound you eventually will have to give into. It's inevitable.
Right, if you don't cast it out,
If
maybe.
you don't, if you're not able to heal it,
Right.
a wound will kill you,
Yeah, for
regardless
sure.
of where it is, be it a paper cut or a bullet wound.
Yeah.
And so maybe that is someone else going through a similar pain, because the story is continuing, revolving always. Maybe that's the person who shot her. Maybe that's the person who caused the harm, and that the red marble, the blood in the marble, is a representation of, this is the one person who has the blood on their hands. So it could be
Right.
taken in so many different ways. This is such a beautiful song, and I love that it's in Serbian, because it actually sounds so much better in her language.
Oh yeah, 100
than it
100
does in
times.
English. Sounds
I think,
a
yeah.
1,000 times better.
Yeah.
Something that's really interesting is that part that was repeating, my amore. I probably did not say that correctly at all, but for my nightmares, that went my nightmares,
Mm-hmm.
my nightmares over and over. My amore, I believe, in Spanish and in French are very similar to my friend.
Okay.
So there's also that pain that I just took instantly, because I love languages and how they're
Yeah.
similar but different.
My friend,
in
my nightmare.
My friend,
complete
my
difference.
nightmare, complete difference.
Yeah.
But your friend can cause your nightmares.
It sure can.
Your friend, the person you trust, and if you know, in you and I watch a lot of like true crime and real crime and a lot of these types of things that happen, and it's typically the person who is closest to you that causes you the most pain.
Yeah, because you trust the
Because
person,
of the
right?
trust, and
It's
it's
the real
it's
betrayal.
the betrayal, exactly. So when that was repeating for me, and not like having read the lyrics before listening to this and knowing what that repetitive verse was saying, but then also hearing the language of it, it was like, oh wow, this could have such a double meaning into what the song is about, especially for a song that's under 3 minutes. This is
Look how much
gorgeous.
interpretation you already have from this. And this was like a gothic ballad, because like you said, it had such a mass appeal, and we can see that. But for all the gothic lovers that kind of feel like they don't have a place, I can see why this is a crying call for you as well, because it is pain being in that nightmare where you don't feel like you fit anywhere. And I'm just so happy that you brought up the gun, because that really did connect everything for me
Yeah.
there. Totally missing the bullet and all that, and that internal wound that we all have. I've had that moment where I'm just depressed because I don't know what version of myself I want to be. Whether it's the white marble, whether it's the full blood you got to see. Maybe I want to just be part of nature. A lot of people fight through this stuff and they don't know what to do, and sometimes they just give up and curl up. And then, but if that happens, something's going to fester out of you regardless. And I think that was a cool visual to see.
Such a cool visual to see, and I love how you bring that up, because I know for myself the amount of times where I've been like, what version of Alanna do I want to be today? What variation of myself do I need to be able to get through this part of my life?
Yeah.
And often within the plethora of Alannas that are within my mind, the one that would take the forefront within myself would be seen by the way my hair was.
Yeah.
Right? And like, oh, am I going to be the black-haired Alanna today, or am I going to be blonde Alanna? Am I going to be, who am I? Because there's the one amount of control that you can have to then be able to continue forward,
Yeah.
so that you don't fall and turn into the pile of daisies and allow the nature to take over and control you. So like this is such a gorgeous song, while having such a deep and melancholic story behind it.
It's the best of both worlds, and you always help us interpret it better with your write-up, Ellendale, and giving us the lyrics really did make it a full experience. Teya Dora sounds amazing. We want more, so please let us know how much you enjoyed yourselves by hitting the like button and comment down below if you want to see some more Teya Dora come down the rabbit hole. And please don't forget, May 7th and 11th, you can vote for Teya Dora. And if you liked it, that's what you should do. But we are now exiting the rabbit hole, folks.
Thank you so much, Chronicans, for being here. Ellendale, this was absolutely amazing. And anyone who's here from Serbia, thank you so much for being here. This was absolutely amazing. I can't wait to see more of your music going forward, because this has hit my soul. Thank you so much. Peace and love, everyone.
God bless y'all.
Take care, and bye for now.
You are now exiting Enter the Chronic's rabbit hole.
Thanks for your participation.
Make sure to follow, subscribe, and put on notifications. We will see you all next time. Stay tuned, tell your friends about us, and God bless.
Hey guys, thank you so much for making it this far in the video. If you like this channel, remember to subscribe right here. And if you want to subscribe to the artist that you just heard, remember, it is right here. And if you're excited to see another video that we think you might like, click here.
Thank you so much, Chronicans, for making it this far. We love you so much.